All right, what is up, everybody? Keith Jameson, go back again to 31 across the DFS industry. 2-game EPL slate on Saturday. Let's just jump right into it. If you haven't noticed, those that have been watching my videos for a while, we're just getting shorter and shorter. I kind of jokingly, I just want to corner the short and concise to the point market. There are definitely some other really good shows out there, pod and stuff that go longer. It's cool. If I stay at like 8 minutes or less than that, then you have more time to get more stuff. So hope you enjoy this. Like, subscribe, comment. Let's just jump right into it. So first game on the docket is Brentford hosting Burnley. Christian Eriksen is the easy play of the slate. It's just awesome having him back. 5.9K is a joke of a price. I kind of hope for some reason that people overlook. I doubt it. He should be 100% owned at that price. I think this is a really good spot for Brentford at home versus Burnley. Brentford does play a pretty progressive style, especially at home, where Burnley is very okay to take in pressure and then just play on the counter. So all that should create a lot of corners for Eriksen. The other guy I like a lot in for cash and optimal would be Emblemo. It was like 8.8 DK last game. It doesn't look like he'll take sets with Eriksen on, but still just a very nice player. You can pair with Tony. I don't think will be too popular because of the options in the second game. But that would be like a decent GPP stack. But those were like the only three guys for Brentford I like. Depending on who the wingbacks are, you could use for some salary fillers. But I think that we maybe want to save room for Tejas in the second game, and we might need to punt also. So from the Burnley side thing, it's kind of like back to normal Burnley. I guess if Cornet is on, it kind of messes stuff up. But if he's not on, it's McNeil and Westwood. Both are playable in optimal builds. McNeil is just like going to always hover close to double digits when he has set pieces. Only way he doesn't have set pieces if we see Cornet. And then Westwood, I never loved that type of player. I'm very forward to the fact that central line midfielders that just have sets, I'm just very wary of, like the Douglas Luizes, the João Moutinho. Westwood definitely fits that mold. It's a 2-game slate though, and he's low fours on a slate that doesn't have much value. I'm okay with it. Again, he's not going to be like a core play for me. He's not like a first guy in. It's more of like, okay, I know I need value. I need to fill this spot. Let's see if I can do any better. But if I don't, there's where my guy Ashley Westwood comes in. Charlie Taylor is a decent left back. He scores well, as is Roberts. Weghorst and Jay Rodriguez GPP. That's Burnley. Manchester United hosting Spurs for the later half. Look, I kind of like Spurs here. I don't really like Spurs in general because they're just fun to make fun of. I have so many guys in the FSI chat that are Spurs fans, so it's kind of fun to rag on them. But all that being said, I kind of like the Spurs here. I think United's just a cluster. And despite Spurs being kind of a cluster, I think that it sets up well. Like, Conte loves these big games. Conte loves... I feel like Spurs are actually better on the road for this type of game than they are at home, where they can play the counter-attacking style. Like, I truly believe that Son and Kane are best out of possession, which is crazy to say. But they're best on the break. Kane drops deep, can link up with Son, now can link up with Kulusevski. And it's a really, like if you just watch back to United, every single time Spurs got to break, you're like, this is going to be a goal. And I feel like City is pretty well organized and obviously well managed, and United is not. So, I think Son's an easy play, even though he's 10K. Monopoly set pieces for Spurs. If they're ahead, there's a good chance that he was part of the goal. If they're behind, then that's when he's going to force in crosses. Kane's probably a big decision point in the slate, but 5 goals in the last 4 games, he's certainly in play. My type of style is going to drift towards like the Emblemo, McNeil, Sancho, maybe even like a Rashford type. But again, I can't fault for playing Kane, especially if you go Spurs are going to win 2-0, so you go Son, Kane, Lloris, and then you fill from there, right? Like, that's a pretty easy line to that type of scoreline. Kulusevski is fine. I think he's more GTP. With Sessegnon out, Sergio Reguilon is back. Sergio Reguilon scores awesomely as a wingback. I think that he becomes like a good one that you like save room, like so you plug in like Alex Tejas, because I think Tejas is so much better than Luke Shaw, but you leave enough room for Sergio Reguilon, so that if all of a sudden Tejas isn't in, then you can jump there, or maybe you leave enough room for Luke Shaw. I just don't think Luke Shaw is a great DFS player at this point, despite having some sets. So that's Spurs. Hugo Lloris I like a lot. I don't think he should be the cheapest goalkeeper on this slate. I think he has some win equity and a lot of save equity. So, all right, that's Spurs. United. Ronaldo might be back 7.7. I haven't played Ronaldo in like 2 months. It's been awesome. Won't be playing him here. If he scores, and if he scores twice and I lose because of it, great. I think he's always going to get too much ownership because of his name, especially when he gets cheaper. So yeah, I kind of hope he starts. I kind of hope he's chalk, and I hope that it fails. The craziest part about United is outside of Bruno, and as you all know, we definitely talk about Bruno. So you play Bruno, that's easy, right? Bruno and Christian Eriksen are the two easiest plays in the slate, and then you probably throw Son into the third, and then there's your core, and you kind of go from there for cash and optimal. But after Bruno, like, if you don't play any more United, you didn't screw up. Like, if Tejas is in, I like Tejas at 5.1. I think he should be 6.1. But Luke Shaw at 6.1, just look through his logs. Luke Shaw, even despite getting on corners, just doesn't score that well. Like, you need one of those crosses to find a head and be a goal, or there's a really good shot that he's not getting double digits. And this isn't Luke Shaw of last year. It isn't Luke Shaw of England. Like, this is a Luke Shaw that I don't know if it's he's getting too much defensive roles or what, but he's just not scoring. None of the crosses are coming in open play. It's only on set pieces. Tejas, on the other hand, can't help himself. He's got a cross. Like, that's what Alex Tejas does. So, Delo's fine on the other side. Sancho, is looking a lot better. I think he's definitely in play for a second forward. Rashford is supposed to maybe start. Maybe it's Anthony Alonga. Ronaldo. I'm not crazy about any of them. So that's United. So really, I think from like a cash perspective, it's pretty straightforward. You just target mostly sets, and then some wide guys for the second forward. Maybe punt and defender. I think you can start playing around that. You see a line to it. GPP could be a fun slate. I think United maybe goes over owned. If you want a team that's not going to be owned though, like you just want like pure GPP, Burnley will not be owned. So you run a McNeil, Weghurst, Nick Pope lineup, and maybe put in like a Tarkowski and Westwood combination, like something like that. That is not owned. Now that could also get shut out and look stupid, but if you're just trying to look 2-game slate, where's the leverage? I think Burnley stack would be your leverage. All right, I talked too much. 8 minutes and 10 seconds. I have failed you as your short form soccer guy, but hopefully it was enjoyable. Good luck tomorrow. Give us a like, subscribe, and comment. Really do appreciate it. With that, I'll say, see you.